Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chafing Armor podcast. I am Dare, and I welcome you to scratch your itch for fantasy roleplay. Tonight, we are coming to the end of our Dragon Realms campaign. We have with us Dungeon Master Mike, who is playing whom tonight?
Tonight, I am playing Willowand, the wood elf druid, who has also taken 2 levels of barbarian after hanging out with Xok, and is now a fiery lad.
Fantastic. And next we have Izzy. Izzy, would you introduce your character?
Hello, everybody. My name is Izzy, and tonight I will be playing Hob Silver-Slinger, the incredibly morally sound and awesome and really selfless guy, Hob Silver-Slinger, half-elf artificer.
Fantastic. And next we have James. James, would you introduce?
Hello, everyone. I'm James. And I am playing Xok of the Feywild, a changeling barbarian who probably had no idea that he was training Willowand at all.
You know, it's a good group that takes care of each other, right? Iron sharpens iron.
That's how it goes.
And finally, we have Riley. Riley, who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Honey Robin, your favorite Plasmoid monk.
For at least a couple more sessions. And so we have come to the end of the Dragon Realms campaign. Our group of heroes have descended down into the depths of the city of ruins that used to be a major metropolis in the Dragon Realms. They have come down and found a Draco Lich with something kind of giant spinal slime that it must be Bakrug the Defiler grafted to its back. The avatars of Amal Marduk, the King Dragon, and Skilpata, the Queen Dragon, are in this chamber, 10 feet tall, brandishing weapons and casting mighty magics, while our band of heroes are trying to close the portal that has allowed this creature to come into this realm. A similar mighty battle was fought to the north, and now our heroes have several abominations in front of them, between them and this inky black portal that has come out of some sort of black rock that is extruded from the ground. There is a brain-type creature that seems to be controlling these others. There are 3 brutes with multiple arms and vertical mouths that stretch the length of the front of their bodies. And then there is what looks like a giant centipede that has had 2 spliced together. So it has 2 torsos and 4 arms and 2 heads and a very long centipede-like body that towers over them. And in the last battle, we had a mass suggestion, which first drove most of our group away, and Hob got chewed on fairly badly.
39 out of 100 health.
Yeah, you're hurting. And then Willowand managed to come back and turn into a flame elemental. And Honey Robin and Xok came back. And we are in the middle of this battle. There was just now, from the Battle of the Dragons over to your left, or your right, a giant fireball explosion, and you all took shrapnel damage. And here we are. We're at the top of the order, and Xok, you have in front of you these 3 huge 4-armed creatures that are getting ready to attack you. the spliced centipede, and in the background is that puppet master brain creature. What would you like to do?
Okay. Now, as I recall, I think I gave one or two folks some bolstering magic, which I would just as a reminder to, I can't remember who exactly I gave it to. Maybe you'll remember as I say this, that you get a D3 to add to an attack roll or an ability check for 10 minutes. I know I gave 2 of those out, and I don't remember who to whom.
I believe you gave that to Willowand and
that sounds
Honey Robin. Hob moved over to the right to get away and be at a distance so that they would no longer be in danger of being chewed on.
Good plan. And I also just remembered what my magic bonus is from my rage right now. So what I'm going to do, and I believe I'm like right in the face of at least one of these things, right?
You are right in the face of all 3 of them and the spliced centipede.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like I'm going to charge at one of them and then teleport 30 feet behind them and then charge at the mirror.
Sounds
and
like a plan.
you think you said it was like somewhere like 20, 25 feet away from where we were or something like that? Does that sound right? Okay.
Yes.
So I guess I should be within melee range of the mirror then? All right.
Yes, you will.
I'm going to take a couple of big old swings at it and see if I can't wreck this thing. And if I had opened my dice pouch, that would have been handy. There we go. Let's see.
Oh, make sure you didn't insult the
I'm going to
dice.
make this reckless. Let's see. It's a 23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And where's the D12? There's the D12. Oh, nice. That is 20 points of slashing damage to like the frame or the mirror or whatever I can reach.
It is one huge hunk of oily black rock that kind of sucks your vision in it if you look at it too long.
I will not do that then. Xok's face as he attacks it is just his face is just going to turn kind of like smooth and obsidian like the mirror.
Okay.
And okay, that's going to also hit. That's like a 27.
Definitely hits.
And that is not as great. 15 points of slashing damage. Magical slashing damage, because it's a great X plus 2.
Okay, that's 32 points of damage so far.
And that will do it for me, I believe.
Okay. When you strike this, it feels like your blade almost goes through and into this portal. Even though you're striking the edge, it feels almost like you're hitting something that is pulling your weapon in.
Does it seem like I was actually doing any damage to this thing, or I'm just kind of like passing through like magic, like oily liquid kind of thing?
It feels like you're passing through oily liquid.
Okay. So it's kind of hard to tell.
You can't really. Yeah, you can't really tell. It's kind of swirling, and it looks like it absorbs the damage, but you can't really tell for sure.
Well,
is this mirror? The frame looks like normal materials, right?
It all looks like almost an oily liquid stone. It's.
Mm-hmm. Even the
when you
the support. Okay.
Even there's not really a frame. It's as it comes out of the ground, it kind of is almost feels like it's swirling, and you can't look too close. Anytime you look close, it feels like your sight is being pulled to the center.
Ah, okay. good to know. Putting away my shatter spell, not relevant here.
You never know. Anyway, that is my turn.
Fantastic. All right. Next up is Honey Robin.
I'll run up and attack one of the monsters.
The centipede or one of the brutes?
Let's do the centipede.
Okay.
That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Okay. What weapon are you using?
Going to use my unarmed.
Okay.
Just going to attack. Alright. That is going to be 9 points of damage for the first attack.
What did you hit? What was your hit?
I said the centipede? What?
Yes, but you have to roll to hit.
I said a
Roll
16.
a d12. Oh, a 16. That does not hit.
Okay. Alright, next attack then. Sorry, I thought I said that at the beginning. Alright, that's gonna be a 20, not natural.
That does not hit.
Oof.
Love that. Okay. Then that's it for my turn. For the moment.
Okay. And next up is Willowand.
So Willowand is in his fiery form. He is currently a fire elemental. The first time he's fully done this form. He has been training for the last several months with Xok, and I canon accepted that Xok was unaware that that's what was happening. As he was training to be a barbarian, he was just like, well, yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't you want to act like me? And he is raging. He is furious. He wants to destroy these creatures, but at his core, he is still Willowand, and he remembers what Xok said when they first got together, and he said, we are now a tribe, and that we are now together. And he turns, and he starts heading straight towards Hob. And Hob, I have already damaged you with my flaming form. And as I'm just about to enter the 10 feet, where I will literally burn you with my presence, you see my little wood elf face just appear through these flames, and as the heat starts to hit you, just whoosh, I come back into my wood elf form, and I place my hand on your chest, and at 4th level, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds and heal you for 20 points of healing.
Very nice.
And that is going to be my turn. I have also dropped out of Rage, and I cannot afford another beast form because I use both my slots to form an elemental, but Willowand simply cannot let one of his teammates die if he can avoid it.
I feel as though I have more than half of my life now.
We are a tribe, is what Willowand says.
Any secondary attacks or bonus actions?
Unfortunately, I do not have anything that is relevant, and I am now out of range at the moment.
Okay. And when you do that, as Honey Robin swings at the giant centipede, the giant centipede will swing on Honey Robin. And first attack is only a 9 on a natural 2. Second attack is a 18.
I have an 18.
Is that it? Okay, defender wins. Right?
I think it's usually attacker.
Is that this campaign?
I think it was attacker.
Attacker win.
Was
Okay,
it?
attacker win. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. We were doing it
All right.
loosey goosey in the original.
We did
one.
it backwards last
But yeah,
time.
we're
All
doing
right.
it right now.
And all right, so that attack. That's a 1 plus 4, so that's just 5 points of damage. Third attack is a 24. And that is 12 points of damage. And last attack is a non-natural 20.
Ouch.
And that is only 6 points of damage. Alright. And so that is done with that, with the giant centipede. And coming running back into the cave from the far end of the cave where you first came in is Talovar. He has finally overcome the mass suggestion and comes running back into the chamber. He makes it about halfway to your group. And so now it is the Brute's turn. And they are going to swing on Xok. That is a 19.
That hits.
And a 15.
That also hits.
Okay. Oh, the 15 hits?
Yep.
Okay. That's surprising. I'm used to not being able to hit you. And they do.
That was all of my other characters.
Okay. Since both of those hit, it goes from a slashing attack to a grappling attack. Give me a dexterity save, please.
Okay. That I can handle. 18.
You easily slip through their grasp, but you do take max damage, almost. 23 points of damage.
All right. Reduced to 11.
Reduced to 11. All right. And now the next brute attacks. And that is much lower. That is a 8 and a 12.
Oh, it's both miss.
And the third one, a 12 and a 10.
Both miss.
Okay.
Yay.
And now it is the Puppet Master's turn. Oh, no. I skipped Hob. Hob,
Wow.
It is your turn.
Woo!
I apologize.
Let's see here. I think my cannon is currently out, right? That seems right.
I'm almost certain it was.
Yes, your cannon is still out.
Yeah, and you were using the not flame one, I think, maybe?
I think so. I think for once.
Yeah.
I am going to... Let's see. I'm out of all my strong spells, I cast as I ubercharge the cannon, which is just flavor text, as is to say an artificer casting Scorching Ray, a second level spell in which I create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets, which is going to be the guy attacking Honey Robin. That is 3 separate... Wait, these guys aren't even... These guys are strong to fire, aren't they? Am I remembering this? Does fire not hurt them, or is it something else?
That was something else. That was the previous battle
thank God.
up in the north.
Oh, thank God. This is all Hob's constant internal monologue, I'm sure. They're not really paying attention. They're thinking about money and how they might make money off of all of this. It's like meta. It's like meta. That is 3 separate ranged spell attacks for each ray. So that's gonna be... Oh, awesome. I'm sure a 13 hits this guy.
That does not hit.
Let's see.
I'm sorry to say.
How about a 17?
That does not hit either.
A 19 doesn't hit. I remember, because he's he's got like over 20 AC, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He is a big boy.
Awesome.
He is a big abomination.
There are other centaurids in the area, right?
No, this is the only one.
Awesome.
There's the 3 brutes directly in front of you. They have 4 arms each.
Right.
And then there's the centaurpede, and the puppet master is backed by the portal.
Well, might as well, they're going to say, that didn't work, and aim the cannon somewhere else. It is a, let's see. So that's their bonus action. I believe that's just a normal spell attack, not a, yeah, that's not they're going to attack it with the Force Ballista. Let's see, that is a crit 1.
Okay. It doesn't do anything.
Awesome. I feel like I'm really taking Willowand's sacrifice of his spell seriously here. I feel like I'm contributing the most, and we should all remember this. That's the end of Hob Silver-Slinger's turn.
Okay. Now it is the puppet master's turn. And the puppet master is going to sidle over close to Xok and try and strike with these 4 long tentacles that come out that look like they have barbs on the end that are dripping ooze.
Fun.
And that is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And you take 4d6 damage. 4d6, not 46.
Right.
Ooh. Thank goodness.
And that is... you take 12 points of poison damage.
All right.
And give me a constitution save to see if you are poisoned.
Okay. Con save. Let's see. How does a 19 do?
You save easily from the poison.
All right.
It doesn't feel like it's a particularly strong poison, but if it keeps up, it might slow you down quite a bit.
Okay.
All right? And then for its second attack, it is going to try and blast your mind.
It already has, man.
And that is just a 10. So that does not succeed. And now it is back to the top of the order. Xok, what are you going to do? You have the puppet master right there to your right and the portal in front of you.
Well, as the portal didn't seem to react to my attack much, which was disappointing, I'm going to turn and swing at this tentacly monster horrible thing instead. His face is going to shift he's going to keep the same, black faceless thing, but like little tendrils are going to come off of his face, kind of wriggle around a bit.
You.
Wow.
Splitting his focus. Hey, how about that, nat 20?
Oh, dear. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. So I've got Brutal Critical, so I'm going to add another damage die to after the doubling. Alright, so here we go. That's going to be a total of 29 points of slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
And a second attack. I assume that the axe is doing something to this thing. It seems like...
Okay.
All right.
It's your attack sinks in perfectly.
Okay. And then next attack is a 25 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits.
All right. And that's 10... 19 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Fantastic.
and
got into it
he had used his reaction when he got hit before by this thing, and his like kind of like glow around it, like a little aura around him, kind of like flickers through like different colors for a second, and then stops on, let's say, yellow, and then fades back into him because his wild surge has changed from teleportation to something else.
Very cool.
No flumps this time.
Can't wait.
You don't know. You don't know.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, that's me.
Any other bonus actions?
Not at this time. Well, actually, wait. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm doing the right thing. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah. There's like these like that aura kind of like breaks away from him and turns into these like motes of light that fly around him inside like a 10-foot area. And it gives him a +1 to his AC.
Wow, fantastic. All right, Honey Robin.
All right.
After your swing and a miss last time, you've got the centipede directly in front of you. You've got the 3 brutes that are getting ready to attack Xok in the back. And what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna attack. We're gonna move to attack one of the brutes.
Okay.
Since not really. All right. Well,
the one on the left is the most damaged. The one on the right is almost as damaged, and the one in the middle is just a little less damaged.
We'll do the most damaged one. That is a 10 to hit with the darts. Yeah.
What's your plus to hit on those things?
For the darts, it's a +4.
Oh.
Yeah. So rolling a 6 doesn't help.
Freaking not.
Oh, that's better. All right.
Riley's dice have been mean to her lately.
They've been awful. Awful. That is going to be a 20 not natural to hit with the darts.
That hits.
Awesome. All right. All right. So that is going to be 8 points of damage. And then we'll go... Does that fall, that one?
No.
Yeah. Next attack. Nope, I didn't say key points. So, that's my turn. Need to remember.
Okay. And after Honey Robin, we have Willowand. After healing Hob, you turn back to face the battle. Honey Robin is just barely hanging in there on those hits. Xok seems to be doing pretty good over there with the Puppet Master and the portal.
We need to close this portal, but we can't close the portal if we're all dead. And everyone else here is more powerful than me in direct attacks, and even though Hob is badly spent on his spells, the more he's up, the more they can do to help. And so I'm going to actually step away from Hob, but my reason for doing so is I'm moving closer to Honey Robin and Xok so that I'm sort of equidistant between the two of them. And I'm going to pull out a small strip of white cloth, and as I wrap it around my hand, a vine begins to zip out from it, and one comes and curls around the leg of Honey Robin, one curls around the leg of Xok, one curls around the leg of Hob, and at 4th level, my last 4th level slot, I am going to cast Aid. And as I pray to the Wild Mother, each of you will gain 15 temporary hit points. And because I need to keep all of you in the battle, and that is literally the best thing that I can do for all of you. And I'm going to begin moving closer so that I can theoretically close into combat range if I need to, but so that I'm still not in direct combat with any of them just yet. And that is the end of my turn.
All right. And after Willowand, we have the giant centipede. The giant centipede turns away from Honey Robin and turns towards Xok. And you get the feeling that the puppet master is directing the minions to protect itself and the portal.
That seems sensible.
And that is a non-natural 20.
Yep.
For the first attack. And this time it is going to use one of its pikes. And that is 9 points of damage.
Reduced to 4.
With plus 4 points of poison damage. Okay, and give me a Constitution saving throw. You have to beat a 13.
15.
Easily done that. And its second attack is a 21.
Yeah.
Stabs you with the pike again. And that is only 6 points of damage. Plus 3 points of poison damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw, beating a 13.
Oh, yeah. Beat it with the die, without the
Okay.
pluses.
Okay. Fantastic. And Talovar runs up and just jumps at the giant centipede and hits it with his sword and gets 2 hits in with Smite. Divine Smite.
Oh, lovely.
And hits for 31 points of damage as it has turned away. So, okay. And he growls something like, sorry to be away for so long, as he piles into this creature. And after that, it is the brutes attack, and they are all going to focus on Xok, and that is a 14 and a 15.
Those both miss.
Woo!
Right? And
Plus
the
one
next
was
2
nice.
attacks
Yeah.
are a 15 and a natural 1. Let's see
Ooh.
what
Oh,
happens.
that strangely that hits.
100. Yeah, it's weird how that works.
That is an 87. Almost.
Just
And the
missed.
last one swings at you, and those are some terrible rolls.
Oh no!
Both of those whiff as well. So that apparently that one messed up everybody, and
They're probably confused by the lights.
yeah, now it is Hob's turn.
Delightful. So are the 3 brutes still roughly near each other?
Yes, they're now semicircle with the centipede around Xok.
Cool.
So basically, I'm getting dogpiled.
Yeah, you are getting dogpiled because you not only hit the puppet
I
master,
hit the boss.
you may have hit the portal, and they've taken notice.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. That's something.
Could I perhaps draw some sort of straight line, use of some sort of spell effect, of caustic brew even, that would sort of cut through these gentlemen, even maybe the brutes, if not also the centipede, that doesn't hit Xok, sort of grazing the outer edge of the center semicircle? Paint me a word picture.
You would have to move. You would have to move forward. You're at the side of the group, and so you would have to move forward and turn perpendicular to them to fire, and they would line up almost in a straight line for you.
Beautiful. I do have a 30-foot movement speed.
It would split. It would split between. It would be a straight line between Xok and Honey Robin.
So this is favorable conditions, I'm hearing.
Looks like it. If you can do a straight line, if you do a cone, you might catch either one of them.
It's a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide stream of acid. No cone mentioned.
Ooh.
You might be able to get all 4 of them.
Delightful. They pull out a couple of different things from their pack. Something ignites and creates bubbling in their hand. They sort of like hot potato it for a second after, of course, moving, lining it up. They kind of do the sort of a photo frame with their eyes before they execute this maneuver. And he hucks something at them, and that thing doesn't cause acid on its own, but a stream of acid seems to streak out in the line that this device they just hucked. So they are all going to need to take a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yes. Which is a DC 17.
DC 17. Wow. All right, here's goes for the brutes first. And they get a massive 7.
Delightful.
And then the centipede rolls a natural 1.
Oops.
Oh my goodness.
Delightful.
And so it almost steps fully into the stream. And so I'm going to say with Talovar on his back, Tal is going to have to take a dexterity saving throw
Yeah.
as well. So
no.
Tal is gets a 10 and so does not save either. So nobody saves.
Sorry, Talovar.
Much damage.
I'm going to cast this at 2nd level, which means at the start of all of their turns, they are going to take damage. They now have acid goo all over them.
Okay.
They can use their action to scrape or wash the acid off themselves or someone else, but when they start their turn with acid on them, they will take damage. If I'm reading it right, I don't believe that they take damage immediately.
James, do you think they wait a whole turn to take damage, or does it start immediately?
Hold on, I'm checking. This is Tasha's Caustic Brew that you're casting?
Should take damage immediately, and at the top of every turn.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about immediate damage. Basically, they get splashed, and then it starts to seep in. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, I will remember.
That acid usually starts right away, so I'm going to say that it starts this round. So, how much damage do they take?
Let's see. I'm casting it at 7th level, second level, so that is going to be 4d4.
Okay, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. That is a total of 10 damage. Wait, do I add anything to that? I'm not sure.
No.
No.
Okay, they each take 10 damage.
Oh man, I could have added something to that if I had remembered to say it at the start of my turn. I have an Artificer thing, but I don't. That's a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
And, and of course, my bonus action. I'm going to Force Cannon at the Puppet Master. Is that within range of...
it is in
120
range,
feet.
but Xok is directly between you and the Puppet Master.
How big is this thing?
It is cow-sized.
Delightful. It does say just one creature object within 20... Honestly, the fact that it doesn't specify might just be my notes are bad. So, one of the brutes, let's say the one on the left, just completely arbitrarily.
The one closest to you is the one most hurt.
Awesome. I'm going to do a ranged attack at it. That is a super epic and awesome 17.
Does not hit.
Didn't think so. That's my turn!
Ta-da!
Hob bows and pats themselves on the back for doing actual damage.
Now it is the brutes. Did I already do the brutes? Yes, I did. It is the brutes' turn, and they are going to attack Xok.
Ooh, and they also take damage. Or, well, I guess...
Top of the round. They can either scrape off the acid, or they take damage.
They take damage.
I don't know if I roll it again or use the same roll.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Cool.
it's a new roll every round.
3, 4. That's an 11.
Okay. 11 points of damage. The one closest to you looks very, very hurt.
Yippee.
And it swings at Xok and hits with a natural 20 and a 14.
That misses. The second one.
So the first hit. That does 14 points of slashing damage.
Oh, there go my 10 points.
And the second attack... Oh, I already did that. Second root does 13 attacks, and that misses.
Yep.
And last one does a 17 and an 18.
So those both hit.
And so it tries to grapple you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. I thought it was a strength save.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, last time it was a strength save.
I'll allow either one. Yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, if it's against a grapple, it should be either acrobatics or athletics. That's usually how you counter a grapple.
Okay. Well, I think I've been doing the dexterity or strength save, so you can use.
Well, the number is the same anyway, honestly. So,
yeah.
But yeah, how about a 27?
You easily squirm out, and you take half of 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so 3. Right.
And finally, the puppet master is going to back away from you up on the edge of the bone throne.
Reaction attack.
Yeah, so you get to attack it as it moves away.
Boop. That is a 25.
That hits.
All right. And that is cocked. That is 15 points of slashing damage.
As it moves away. And so it is going to do a psychic blast at you. And that is a 24.
Yeah. No half in this.
Ooh, and nearly max damage.
Oh,
so
good.
That is 20 points of psychic damage.
Dang.
All right. And it's going to try and do that one more time. And it rolls a nat 1. Oh my goodness.
Oh, self-implosion. Implosion, come on.
Die.
That is a 91.
Oh, something happens.
So the rule that I had was 90 to 94 means they miss their next turn. 95 to 99 is something really bad happens to them, but not necessarily lethal, and 100 is instant death.
Okay, I had a slightly different.
Oh no, you're the dungeon master.
So character slips and falls prone and suffers all effects of that condition.
Hey, I love it.
All right. It slides down the back of the pile of bones and offal, and is prone in front of Xok. Xok, would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Well, I've already used my reaction to do so.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. All right, nobody else is nearby, so All right. It is. Let's see. We are back to the top of the order.
What do you know? I've got a thing laying there in front of me. Let's see what we can do to this thing. Let's mess it up. His little black tentacles on his face wiggle furiously. It's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that is 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And in the second attack, it's a 19 to hit.
I'm looking at the rules, and I have the option of allowing you to have those as crits because it is laying there flat in front of you.
Okay, I'll take that. Let's see. The first one was 6, so 12, 18, 21, plus another die. Ooh. 32 points of damage that would be total for that first attack.
Woo!
Okay.
And then does a 19 hit
That
for the
hurts
second
you.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This creature is quite squishy.
Apparently. Lovely. That's 19. No, wait. 6, 29. 38 points of slashing damage.
Oh, you have laid into it. It looks quite damaged. Flailing there on the floor.
And Xok screams at it and wiggles his tentacles.
It is severely hurt. It is severely hurt. And so it is now Honey Robin's turn.
Whew. So I'll be using a key point against one of the brutes. That's still... We'll go the next one down, I guess. For Hands of Harm, for the key point, which is necrotic damage. Does a... Let's see. Alright. Sorry. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not hit.
Alright. Let's go. Wow, alright. That is a 16.
Does not hit.
Yep. Alright, last attack.
The monk is having a hard time tonight.
A very hard time. 18 hit.
No.
Going up.
Not.
Alright. That was it.
You are
I'm struggling.
Very, very low
I am
tonight.
struggling.
All right. And
different dice.
so,
Getting different ones out.
Willowand, you are up.
All right. Willowand is really coming to realize that he is a much better druid than he is a barbarian. And as much as he wants to rage, he knows that there's someone here who does it much better than him. And he's going to run up behind, and he's going to grab Xok on the shoulder and say, "Keep raging!" And he's going to cast Cure Wounds.
If you run up to him, you will be running past the centipede and one of the brutes.
Yeah, I've got the whole line of dudes between me and you.
Ooh,
He did a sneaky sneak and.
Plus, I'm not
magically
looking.
stepped
I'm not looking like I'm in bad shape.
Then I will. Oh, you're not. I thought you were pretty
I've
beat
taken
up.
some hits, but I'm doing okay right now.
Gotcha. Because most of my offensive spells are area effect, and that kind of defeats the purpose if I beat you up right after healing you. So what I will do then, Honey Robin, how are you doing as I take a peek over at you?
I'm doing pretty good. Since those temporary hit points, I'm pretty up.
She
Gotcha.
probably needs some help with hit
Yes.
of some sort.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I can't help with that. Are there any creatures that are not currently engaged with someone that are, all by their lonesome? Or that I could engage with magic without hitting Honey Robin or Xok?
You can get the Centaurpede and the Brute on the right. They're almost directly in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Talovar is there on the back of the Centaurpede, though. So you could easily get the Brutes. They're in front of you.
All right.
As long as you don't have a huge cone of destruction, you won't hit Xok or Talovar or Honey Robin. Honey Robin is off to your left.
I just need 10 feet. Just 10 feet is all.
Yeah, you can easily get the Brute and possibly the Puppet Master if it's a straight line.
And that little then it's definitely a straight line up to 30 feet long. What was that little bonus that I got there from you, Xok?
A D3 to attacks and saves.
Then I will add that to. Is that to hit or?
Let me confirm. Making an attack roll or an ability check. Add a D3.
It doesn't quite apply here, so that's all right. So I will. It looks like I'm starting to change shape again, like I'm going to change into an elemental form, but this time you see like my hands literally become water for a moment, and I bring them up and I splash them down and I create a tidal wave out of nowhere, and over those brutes and the master, I send it crashing forward. They need to make a dexterity saving throw of 15. Or be knocked prone and take 4d8 damage, or if they succeed, half as much.
Alright. The Puppet Master saved, the Brutes did not.
And that is 26 points of damage, so halved for 13 when relevant.
Recall that the Puppet Master is prone, so it has disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh, that's right. Let me roll
Nice.
for it again. And that is a failure, so it takes the damage, and Xok, your feet get wet.
And,
Oh, no.
And anyone who failed is also knocked prone, specifically for that.
All right. Okay, how many points of damage total was it?
26 if they failed, 13 if they succeeded.
The Puppet Master seems to be sputtering and just barely alive, almost drowned. And the Brute in front of you is badly hurt.
Did any of the Brutes get knocked down?
One of the Brutes got knocked down.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it if they didn't get up again. 'Cause otherwise.
Now it is... let's see... the giant centipede is going to try and wrench Talovar off its back, and that is another 1.
Oh boy. Grabs his own neck and snaps it.
It's only a 71.
Oh.
All right, and so its second attack, 13 misses. Third attack is a 7 and misses. And that is a 18, and that actually hits. So he hits him for 12 points of damage. Alright, and Talovar is knocked off its back now and is to your left. And then to... and it's Talovar's turn, and he's going to hit twice at the Centaurpede and takes a huge chunk out of its butt for minimal damage, for 16 points of damage out of what could have possibly been a big chunk. All right. And now it is Hob's turn.
Awesome. first thing is going to be, I'm going to use the bonus action first. I think that's a thing you can do in Dungeons & Dragons.
Indeed, yes, you can.
And send my force cannon at this puppet master jerkwad.
Okay. You still have Xok between you and it.
Well...
Can the thing move?
Yeah, the cannon has legs.
Okay.
It has little... It can walk and climb 15 feet. It's its movement speed.
Okay, if it goes forward 15 feet, it will be right on top of one of the brutes, and then you will have the angle to hit the puppet master and not Xok.
Delightful. They do this, and it is now... It walks... It's like Howl's Moving Castle up in here. And that is my spell attack, I believe. Ooh, delightful. That is a 28.
Okay. That definitely hits.
Let's see. And the amount of damage I do is 3d8. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 16.
I feel a killing blow coming on.
Okay. 16 points of damage, and the brain creature, the puppet master, just explodes in jelly across the bones of that are scattered down this pile behind it, and there is a cascading effect. The 3 brutes kind of dissolve into muscle and slime and bone right in front of your eyes.
Eep.
And the centipede pauses, like something rebooting, like a robot rebooting. It just stops moving, stops breathing, stops being animated for a moment. And so 4 of your enemies just disappeared with that one attack.
Delightful. Well done, Xok. Hob.
Okay.
Yes. Make sure this gets into my autobiography. And I still have my regular attack. Let's see here.
The portal is to your left. The centipede is directly in front of you.
If you were to try some magic on that mirror, that might not be a terrible idea. I wouldn't be mad about it.
Magic what?
On the mirror.
Yes, I'm thinking, this didn't work the first time, but there's a second time for everything. This time they're going to take out their, a rod from their pack, using my arcane firearm ability. This will hopefully add damage to my this is the arcane firearm ability. It's hopefully going to add damage to my spells if we can actually get a hit off on this thing. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray again, using up my last second level spell slot. I only have first level spells now. This is 3 beams that I can choose, so I'm going to send 1 at our sort of robot rebooting buddy here, and 2 at the mirror. If I can remember where Scorching Ray is in my notes. Yes. So that is 3 separate spell attacks. First is a 19. Let's say that's on the guy. Wait, I know that doesn't hit on the guy, does it? Unless he's, like, prone.
No, it does not. Well, yeah. He is
sort of flat-footed.
Holding still and flat-footed, so yes.
Awesome.
You hit.
And then the 2 on the mirror will be a crit 20 and a 27. Okay.
That'll hit.
So let's see.
Both of those.
Scorching Ray is 2d6 fire damage, so for just the guy, for our gentle centipede squared here, we've got 8 points. Wait. I'm using my arcane firearm ability, so that's 2d6, which is 8 plus a d8 for my arcane firearm ability. So that's 11 points of damage on this gentleman.
Fantastic.
Then, the Scorching Ray that is not a crit, rolls a, let's see, that's 2d6. Yes, I can remember a number for more than 3 seconds. Gets a whopping 4, and then the one that is a crit is a 10 points of damage. So that's 14 points of damage to the portal, if fire damage, if it's doing anything.
It hits, and it looks like it almost wobbles, and it absorbs it, but you hear a grating, groaning of rock that causes like a high squealing, like something is sliding or breaking, and then you hear a yell and a roar from the Draco Lich with Bakrug on its back as you have done something to it.
Delightful.
By attacking the portal. Fantastic. Anything else? You already did your bonus action?
That's my turn.
All right. And you see Bakrug and turn the Draco Lich towards you, and what looks like lightning bolts are coming towards you.
Awesome. Is that still on my turn?
No, your turn
everybody.
is over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is towards everyone. So this will hit Xok, Willowand, and Talavar, and Honey Robin. And everybody give me a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Hob's specialty.
Ooh. Nailed it on the head. 15.
Right.
9, so a failure for Willowand.
Right.
That's 3 minus 1, a 2.
Nat 1.
Oh, good goodness.
Oh.
Awesome. Hob and Honey Robin fall over each other. I don't even think that's practical with the distance between us, but...
That is 32 points of damage for anybody that didn't save. Oof. And 16 points of electrical damage for anybody that did save.
Just a little ouchies. Just a little.
And when it turns its attention to you all, Amal Marduk and Skilpata jump on it with these weapons and just start plunging attacks in with these massive giant spear and a giant sword, hacking into this creature as its attention was turned towards you. And so we are back to the top of the order. Xok, you are up as all hell is breaking loose. The Draco Lich is trying to get over to kill you all. And what will you do? The giant centipede is still
Frozen?
catatonic.
Yeah.
And you have the portal to your immediate left. What would you like to do?
Well, seeing that the fire, the portal does seem to be being affected, I'm gonna take 2 swings at it and see if I can make this thing even angrier. Da-da-da. That is a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, and that is 20 points of slashing damage.
You see this whole thing, it kind of wobbles like jello, and then flakes of stone kind of spit off as you see almost a whirlpool developing in the center, becoming faster and faster, and it hurts your eyes to even be near it. It feels like your gaze is being drawn towards it.
And then the second attack hit with a 28 and did 19 points of slashing damage.
And as you hit and more little flakes and chunks fly off, you hear a screech of pain and anger and frustration coming from the Draco Lich over behind you as mighty blows are being given, and this battle seems to be mounting to a climax. And do you have anything else to do, Xok?
Let's see. I just want to... Oh, right. I gotta switch to that. His aura is gonna flash and change again. Let's see what comes up this time. Oh, it comes up the same thing. That's fine.
Okay. And Honey Robin, you are up. And all to your right is the Centaurpede that is catatonic, and to your left is the portal.
We're gonna go for the portal and start trying to break that. So we're going to use key points and do necrotic damage for Hand of Harm. That is going to be a 20, not natural to hit.
That hits.
I love that.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Alright.
Yay! The monk did something.
Alright, that is going to be 9 points of damage for necrotic damage.
As you hit it, as you do, and your fists feel like they hit something solid, but also like you're hitting almost a putty, and it feels like it wants to suck your hands in, and little flakes fall off, flakes of stone fall off at the bottom, and you hear another cry of pain from Bakrug.
Awesome. Alright. So then now we'll just do my 2 attacks. So this will be I guess we'll use the darts. So, alright, now this dice loves me. Okay, that'll be a 21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
5 points of damage. Alright.
Okay. Your darts hit there towards the centaur, and you see like a little splash of molten rock come off, and your darts are absorbed in.
Interesting. Okay. Can you only use 1 key point per round?
No, you can use as many key points in a round
as you have, like,
As I
reactions
have
and
left,
bonuses
yeah.
and all that, yeah.
Okay, then for the final attack, I'll use another key point. And I don't have many. We'll do the Hand of Harm again. So that'll be a 17 to hit. Is that...
Okay.
Okay, good.
That hits.
Awesome. And then that'll be 6 points of damage.
Similar effect, and well done. And so a few more flakes fall off. You lose a couple more. Oh, you didn't do darts. You did your hands, and so you get that like you're hitting pudding or ooze or something like that, and you get a scream as the necrotic damage hurts this portal. And so now we go to Willowand.
All right. I am going to run up to the portal and not right up to it, but say within 30 feet of it. And sometimes the simplest things are best. Y'all see my face change, like suddenly the scales, and I grow like these long fangs, and I'm going to spit a poison spray doing poison damage to the portal to try and melt it, to do 20 points if I can hit it. Let's see if I can hit it. That is plus... Oh, it's my spell attack, so that is a 16.
That hits.
So that is 20 points of poisony, acidy damage to the portal.
You see this portal kind of waver and rock almost like a jello mold rocking back and forth, pieces of slate and shale flinging off in different directions, and an absolute scream of pain and frustration comes off of the creature behind you as Amal Marduk and Skilpata wrestle it to the ground and are just stabbing it over and over while it is fighting to get to you and the portal. Do you have anything else that you would like to do?
Yes, I'm going to scream out, "Destroy it!" And that's it.
Okay. And now it is the giant centipede's turn, and let's see if it does anything. And that is another nat 1. Still comatose.
Wow.
And if it rolls high enough, it will just cease to be. But that is only a 43, so it is still comatose. And now it is Talovar's turn. And Talovar goes Snicker Snack with a natural 20 and a 23. And does 30 points of damage. And does Action Surge. And doesn't do as well the second time with just one attack hitting. And does 14 points of damage. And one of the arms comes off the centipede, and it does not react. Okay, and now it is Hob. Hob, what are you going to do?
Here we go. Another killing blow. Here we go.
Come on. Yeah, how close am I to the centipede? He's still alive, right? I'm not completely insane.
Yeah, you're about 15 feet away from it.
Awesome.
You're about 25 feet away from it. Your force cannon is about 15 feet away.
Right. Let's see. All I've got is first level spells now. Let's see. I definitely should have been more prepared for this exact moment. You're gonna edit out a little bit of silence here.
So much damage to do, so little time.
They're going to get up close to the centipede, as close as they can to make this work as well as they can, but they look... Who else is right within melee range of the centipede?
Talovar is right there. Willowand has moved past and is on just to your left if you move close to the centipede.
They give both of them a mournful expression, but then go right back to what they're doing. This is going to be awesome! And cast Thunder Wave at this guy, because that is a Constitution saving throw. And I think that will go better than a melee attack. Or, a attack roll. Okay. So everybody within a 15-foot cube around Hob Silver-Slinger has to do a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that would be you and Talovar, the centipede, and Willowand.
This is totally worth it!
I got an 18.
Awesome. You'll only take half damage and not be pushed away.
The centipede gets a 9 on its second roll, on its disadvantage.
Ha ha ha.
And takes how much damage?
2d8 thunder damage, so that's going to be 8. So Willowand, you take 4. Talovar, what does Talovar do?
Talavar save.
So Talavar and Willowand take 4. The Centaurpede takes 8 damage and is pushed 10 feet.
Okay. So it's pushed 10 feet away from you.
Yes.
All right, I'll mark that. All right. And you hear the Draco Lich casting a spell again, and it is going... Let's see if it gets off Chain Lightning.
Oh wait, I guess I also have a cannon, so I should force ballista at the mirror. Just get that out of the way.
Okay, do that first.
That is a 17. Shall I roll damage?
That hits.
Awesome. That is 1, 2, 3 d8 for 18. A big 18 damage.
Nice.
So describe to me what it looks like when this molten, oozing portal explodes upon your attack.
I think that it's kind of like I'm imagining sort of Oobleck situation where it becomes hard because of the force. It's one of those non-Newtonian fluids or whatever. And then, so it all cracks against the wall, the back wall of this cave, and then slowly oozes down the floor, inert. Something like that.
Fantastic. All right, so this portal explodes upon Hob's final attack. There is a massive scream from Bakrug as it discorporates as the portal closes, and this ooze just slides down off of the Draco Lich where Amal Marduk and Skilpata just absolutely dismember this Draco skeleton that was animated by this otherworldly force. And just everything happens. The Centaurpede finally collapses without any power to keep it animated and ceases to exist. And that is where we will end this episode of the Chafing Armor podcast.
Woo!
You all have killed the big bad and saved the world. Congratulations.
Whoop.
And
Xok is just jumping up and down on the remains of the brain creature, just going squish, 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 squish.
It's like the stupid glass moment.
Yes.
excellent. And Michael, would you like to tell everybody where they can find us?
Well, I sure can, friends. While you're getting ready for the next season of Chafing Armor, you can go to patreon.com/Chafing Armor, where you get extras, wonderful cosplays, and all kinds of fun goodies, and hanging out with cool people like us. You can find it all at patreon.com/Chafing Armor.
Fantastic. Thank you all, and I hope everyone has a great night. We'll see you again on the final episode of the Dragon Realms, where we scratch your itch for fantasy roleplay. Good night, everyone.
No.
Bye.